Just east of Mission Bay in the Pacific Ocean sits the beautiful campus of the University of San Diego and the Jenny Craig Pavilion, the host site for today's women's college basketball action here in the West Coast Conference as the Gonzaga Bulldogs come to town to take on the San Diego Toreros. Alongside Jack Cronin, I'm Braden Soprano. Thanks again for tuning in to ESPN Plus this afternoon as we got a pretty big conference game here early on in conference play before the new year.
Absolutely. So this first weekend in the West Coast Conference, wide open right now. Gonzaga off their program record 32 wins in the Sweet 16, bringing in the reigning player of the year, Yvonne Ejim, who is leading the conference in scoring and rebounding. It'll be a treat to watch her play here this afternoon.
For both teams trying to come off of a loss on Thursday night. For Gonzaga, they lost to San Francisco. For USD, they lost to Washington State, trying to get their first wins in conference play. Seen a little bit more three-point shooting out of the Toreros in the last couple of games.
Yeah, the shooting percentages are up. Great to see from San Diego. It's one of the missing elements from a year ago. Kylie Horsemeyer leading the way with 12 points overall. San Diego can hit their free throws down the stretch, but it is the three-point shooting that's been better from San Diego, and that's great to see.
As for Gonzaga, a lot of familiar faces, and it really goes with Ejim that really leads the way for this Bulldogs team. Tough start to the season, played some pretty good competition, and sitting at 5-7, really want to flip the script and get ready for conference play with a win tonight.
She's number 20 in the nation in total scoring. It is awesome. The huge numbers put up. Leading scorer and rebounder in the WCC. And Gonzaga looking for that first victory off the Sweet 16 appearance from a season ago.
Bulldogs wearing the navy blue jerseys and shorts. They're going to be going from right to left on your screen. San Diego in the all-white uniforms with the Torero blue and navy blue trim and Toreros across the chest. Starting lineup today for San Diego: Ava Ranson, Lauren McCall, Courtney Riston, Truett Riley, and Kylie Horsemeyer. The same starting five from Thursday night against Washington State. As for Gonzaga, Esther Little, Claire O'Connor, Maud Hybens, Allie Turner, and Yvonne Ejim. Starting five for Gonzaga. Allie Turner gets it off the tip, won by Gonzaga, and they will have the first possession of this afternoon's contest. As Ejim has it at the left side arc. Cutting back right is Turner. Kick out for a three-pointer for Hybens, and Hybens gets it started for Gonzaga 3-0. Lauren McCall with the head of steam. Over to Courtney Riston, who picks up her dribble inside the perimeter at the right side arc. Lauren McCall with a left-handed dribble. Cutting back right is Ranson with a flip back to McCall on the left side arc. Truett Riley in between the circles. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Cutting back out is Ranson. She pulls from three. That's off the mark. A little bit too long. Hard battle for the basketball, and Truett Riley knocks it out of play, but it's last touched by Gonzaga, and San Diego will maintain the possession here.
Both teams, great ball movement in these first couple of possessions here. Swing it around the perimeter and look for an open shot.
3-0 lead for Gonzaga. They find McCall. Off the screen from Riley, left side arc. She pulls from three. It's going to be short. Horsemeyer underneath the basket pits the rebound. Tried to flip it to Riston. Got knocked away, last touch by Gonzaga. And again, it will stay San Diego basketball.
Very typical Horsemeyer play. Kylie Horsemeyer, fantastic. She was the one who helped battle for that last possession here on the same look within these 20-second resets here down the stretch. And then this time tipping the ball inside, almost created a scoring play when normally you would just be saving that ball from going out of bounds. She tipped it in. It was almost a scoring opportunity and an assist from the baseline for Kylie Horsemeyer.
Taking a look at the shot clock that just continues to run. They haven't been able to stop it. In fact, on the inbounds pass, the shot clock was still running. And they've gotten it to reset at 20 seconds. And so while they're flipping with that, San Diego is going to come over and talk to Cindy Fisher, or at least Ava Ranson is. Pretty big game for both teams here in the West Coast Conference. Again, both coming off of a loss on Thursday night. Trying to weather the storm here early on. Getting some conference play before the new year, at least in the women's game. Men's basketball won't start until the 30th of December. But again, used to be new year, new season for a lot of schools. And now with these different conferences and playing more games in conference, you have early conference play. And we got some serious clock issues on the shot clock. It's going to turn into a little bit of a timeout here for Gonzaga and San Diego. Let's talk about the head coaches today. Cindy Fisher coming in her 20th year graduate out of Arizona State, has spent a long time here at USD and has had now over 400 wins in her career as a head coach.
402 for San Diego. And at Wyoming during her early part of her career. She's been with the Toreros since 2005. 2 decades for Cindy Fisher. 402 career wins as a head coach for the Toreros and for Wyoming. And for San Diego, she's closing on 350 victories as well for USD. But it is the decades of continuity for this program, the base defensive look, and then to be able to spring that into offense, the hallmark of these Cindy Fisher teams.
As for Gonzaga, it's led by Lisa Fortier. She is now in her 11th season as the head coach of Gonzaga, and a very good Gonzaga Bulldogs program for women's basketball. Always get the accolades from the men's program that has been exceptional, but the women's program has been right there with them for many of these years, and a lot of that has to do with Lisa Fortier.
She's got the 7th best winning percentage among active head coaches. Incredible run, 32 wins is a program record a season ago, and another advancing into late rounds of the NCAA tournament. But a program best 32 victories in the regular season a year ago.
So they're still looking at the clock, and it continues to run. Our score bug is hooked up to the clock, and as you can see on your screen, it still counts down, and it hasn't been able to stop. They finally have reset it to 30 seconds.
I think it's a fun way to look at the shot clock, right? If the shot clock was just continually going.
Constantly,
yeah. You weren't resetting it.
You're not going to get a reset now.
No resetting for out of bounds or for kickball or anything like that. Like, just let it keep going. I think it's a fun way to look at the shot clock.
To put an asterisk on this game, it's going to be played with slightly different rules today, with just a continuous shot clock.
Maybe no shot clock, right? Maybe go old school.
Man.
Go old school. Hold the ball out beyond the perimeter. Wait. The old, John Wooden days. Go back and hold the ball. No shot clock.
There are some high school sections that still don't have shot clock uses.
Wow.
I don't know if it has changed, but when I was in college calling games in Texas at the high school level, I remember going out there, originally from California, obviously, going, why isn't there a shot clock? And teams would just burn the clock.
Yeah, you just hold
Make a couple of buckets and be like, all right, let's play, everybody get to a 4 corners, but keep away.
That's how it goes.
I can't imagine it with a shot clock. Looks like we might be ready to go.
Oh, okay. I still like the running shot clock idea. You never know.
I prefer that over the no shot clock. If we had to make a choice here.
Yeah, I agree.
I would prefer that.
I agree.
We are locked in on the shot clock with 12 seconds on it. Catch and shoot, Ranson, good. A little extra time to drop a play right there. Free timeouts, 3-2.
After all that talk about the shot clock, didn't need anything.
Didn't even need it.
Immediate shot for Ava Ranson in San Diego.
Could have turned it off. Cutting the basket now is O'Connor. Rejected at the rim, follows her shot, and draws the foul, which I think it's going to be on Truett Riley. And it's actually going to be on Courtney Riston with a hold. So out of the line is Claire O'Connor. A 6-foot sophomore out of Bellevue, Washington. Second on the team in three-pointers made. One of the shooters on this ball club. Misses her first of 2 free throws.
Yeah, 46% beyond the arc. This is a Gonzaga team that shoots 38% from three-point range.
Second free throw, pinballs in and out and back in. They give Gonzaga a 4-2 lead. Gonzaga bringing the pressure. Here comes Lauren McCall now into the corner. Rainbow pass the other side. Ranson block extended. Back out to Riston for the right elbow. And that one just rolls out. Rebound goes to Ejim for Gonzaga. Head of steam now, Allie Turner. Finds Ejim in the front court. Now back cutting left is O'Connor. Finds Hybens outside the perimeter. Into the corner now on the left side is Turner. Works it back to the middle. Cutting underneath the basket is Hybens, and she can't handle the hard pass from Ejim. And it's going to be a turnover for Gonzaga. The key to this game, again, for San Diego is limiting the turnovers that they have. Started the game against Washington State, 6 consecutive turnovers by the Toreros and the Cougars. Three-pointer for McCall, rolls in. Lauren McCall hitting from 3, and that's that three-point game that San Diego has struggled with for a couple of seasons, and now in the last 3 games has been almost one of their major advantages as a club.
Right, because everything's always been there for San Diego, right? The ball movement, the defense, the creating of shots. Just haven't had the percentages. And when you're making those kind of shots with this type of team, you go far.
Not only that, but also attempts. McCall with a steal. Moved along to Horstmeyer, layup, automatic. Kylie always automatic in the fast break layup game, and San Diego's got a 7-4 lead. One-on-one coverage for San Diego. Ejim outside the perimeter. 17-foot jump shot, no good. Foul called on the floor. It's going to be a Wriston again. That's her second.
That's 2 already in the first 3 minutes for San Diego. The starting 6'2" forward, the senior for the Toreros.
Turner with the inbound finds O'Connor in the far side corner. O'Connor dribbles back in between the circles. Working against Kylie Horstmeyer. Dishes it over to Hybens. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Down inside Ejin. Ejin with a one-footed move to her right. Can't get it to go. Rolls off the rim and out of play. And a San Diego defensive stop again as Carr comes into the game now for the Toreros.
Yeah, so Erica Carr will come on for Courtney Wriston, who has 2 fouls in the first 3 minutes. She will have to sit for San Diego, the only player with fouls on the Torero side and in the contest.
Gonzaga again bringing the pressure and knocking it away over the baseline. It will be San Diego basketball again, 27 on the shot clock. As Ranson behind the back pass finds Riley, and they advance it across. A trap defense there. Riley steals it from Turner to keep it on the possession for San Diego. McCall drives right side and will get herself to the free throw line.
It's a great move. Yeah, that overstep through traffic. You have taller defenders on you trying to find a lane, the overstep, and then the scoop shot layup attempt to get to the free throw line.
Good job by San Diego to get it across the court, breaking the defense, and McCall with a good drive. Lauren, one of the 2 Toreros in the starting lineup out of Boise, Idaho. And this is her first free throw. Now in her sophomore year. Second free throw is good. Really started to turn it on with the shooting. She is growing into this San Diego program and is coached by Cindy Fisher. It is Bentoncourt. Just checked into the game. Bentoncourt at the top of the key. Flipped it down inside to Dolan. And Dolan can't handle it. And San Diego forces another turnover.
It's like the 3rd time already here that Gonzaga has lost a ball on the baseline. You mentioned it earlier, there's some of the strong entry passes, but it's, I think, the 3rd time in these first 4 minutes the ball has gone right out of bounds under the basket.
San Diego with an 8-4 lead. They find McCall in the front court. Cross-court pass, quick ball movement. Ranson thought about a 3, now penetrates the elbow. Back out to Horstmeyer, too long on the 3-point attempt. And Turner boxes out Carr and watches it go over the baseline. And Gonzaga will possess it under 6 minutes to go in the first. San Diego bringing moderate pressure, but not a lot, as Turner will jog it across the timeline. Quick pump fake finds Ejin's left side elbow. Trying to work it down inside to Little. Instead, it'll be Turner on the perimeter. Now Turner works left off the screen from Ejin's, and a foul is called. It's going to be on Lauren McCall.
Well, McCall's guarding the best freshman 3-point shooter in the nation. So it's a real close guard up top. San Diego always plays that kind of defense. But that time you're trying to fight through a screen because you have to keep things close with Turner. Was 37 3-pointers. That's best in the country by a freshman. And a great career ahead of her, but you know what she can do. You have to stay with her beyond the arc.
Betancourt to inbound. And Allie Turner, again, tight pressure here from Haley Rhodes, who just checked into the game. Jump shot from 18 feet out was Dolan. That's no good. Horstmeyer corrals it for San Diego. Advance to Ranson. Ranson for 3. Too long. Horstmeyer gets boxed out. Rhodes pulls it down for San Diego. Finds Carr, but a turnover for USD. It's kind of the spot you don't want to be in if you're San Diego. Again, trying to limit a lot of the turnovers, playing fast.
It's still a 6-0 run for San Diego. Great look from Kylie Horsemeyer last time down, battling against the #1 rebounder in the West Coast Conference, Yvonne Ejim, and able to kind of bat it away, almost like a volleyball play with two hands, going for the roof on the rebound to bat it away from the best rebounder in the conference.
Allie Turner finds Ejim. Ejim into the corner, back to Turner. Rhodes with tight coverage, but then off of the pick, popped back out to Ejim, and the three is a little bit far, but a good look there for Gonzaga. Ranson in transition with a nice layup. And San Diego extends their lead. It's now 10-4, 8-0 run for the Toreros in the last 3 minutes. Ejim to Betancourt. 15-footer's good. Kaylee Dolan gets on the board for the first time. That will snap the 8-0 run for San Diego, makes it 10-6. Tracia Moore over to Haley Rose. Truett Riley. Ranson against Turner. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Cross-court pass. Rhodes thought about it. Now penetrates right side, but her foot goes a little bit too far onto the baseline, and it's a turnover for San Diego. That'll do it for the first part of this contest here in the first media timeout. San Diego with a 10-6 lead. It'll be Gonzaga basketball when we come back on ESPN+. 10-6 lead for San Diego over Gonzaga here early on in the first quarter. Alongside Jack Cronin, I'm Braden Suprenant. Thanks again for tuning in to ESPN Plus this afternoon, and happy holidays from us here at ESPN Plus to all of you out there.
San Diego out shooting Gonzaga 44% to 29, out rebounding the Bulldogs 6-3, and with one fewer turnover as well.
Guess how you would draw it up if you're San Diego early on in the contest. Turner kicks it back out to Hybens. On the right side now, O'Connor. 10 seconds to shoot, and Tracia Moore a little bit too aggressive there. Draws her first foul.
San Diego used an 8-0 run to take this lead. They've led now for 4 minutes in the early part of this first quarter.
They've had that Cindy Fisher defense here early on. And an offensive foul. Or 3-second violation.
Yeah, I mean, these Cindy Fisher teams have always been known for the defense. They just had to put up the percentages to then capitalize upon the turnovers and the fast breaks created.
And an offensive foul back.
Wow.
It's going to be on Truett Riley. That's her first. It's a team that likes to play defense and then run and get the fast break points.
Yeah.
Up until about midway through the fourth quarter, Washington State led in fast break points 2-0.
Wow.
Which is very uncharacteristic for both. And another offensive foul.
All right.
Dolan gets hit with the offensive foul. Ranson took a shot. We had 3 seconds. Offensive foul, offensive foul.
Back and forth. That's 5 turnovers now on Gonzaga, 3 for San Diego. So USD's +2 in that category, +3 in rebounding, and still out shooting the Bulldogs.
Kylie Horsemeyer at the top of the key. Over to left side arc now in Ranson. Ranson goes just outside the painted area, off the back end of the iron, and knocked away by Claire O'Connor, but last touch by San Diego, and Gonzaga able to make a stop. 10-6 lead for San Diego, 2:55 to go here in the first. Turner brings it along. Haven't had an opportunity to shoot too much. San Diego's been on her pretty extensively, as there's a foul called away before the shot.
They've been rotating players on her. They're not letting Turner breathe at all. they have somebody on her every single time when she hits the three-point line, trying to smother the point of the attack for Gonzaga.
McKinley Dolan will be at the free throw line as the foul is on Kylie Horsemeyer. Correction.
That is the
Dalton.
fifth team foul for San Diego.
Taylor Dalton at the free throw line. Gonzaga in the bonus for the remainder of the quarter, makes the first. It's now 10-7. We've seen Lauren McCall on Turner. We have seen Haley Rhodes on Turner.
Horsemeyer's defended her.
And I would imagine you're probably going to see a couple more faces on her throughout this contest. Riley finds an outlet in Rhodes. San Diego breaking the press, kicking outside. Ranson for a deep two off the back end of the iron. Rebound Riley, and she is fouled. Hard contested board right there for Truett Riley, showing her physicality. Out rebounding two Bulldogs, and will keep the possession for San Diego as Lauren McCall and Claire Gallagher will check in for the Toreros.
Real strong look from Riley with two defenders all over you. You're having to maintain possession, come down with the rebound first and foremost, and battle for it. That's a strong look.
Foul's going to be on Dolan, her second. Rhodes flips it to Riley. Riley, 18-foot jump shot, just short. Rebound goes to Moore. Claire Gallagher will mishandle, but reconfigures herself and then throws it away. Ejim with the steal. Ejim up and along. There's Dalton in the lane. Dalton with a spin move, short, and Claire Gallagher pulls it down. In transition now, finding Rhodes. Rhodes underneath the basket, the reverse layup, and it rolls in. There's that defense leading the offense in transition for San Diego. It's 12-8. Gonzaga tried to answer back, but too many steps out of Taylor Dalton. And another turnover for the Zags. That's their sixth in the first quarter.
That's Cindy Fisher basketball. That previous possession before the travel. The Gallagher steal when she's up there defensively and then throwing it ahead for a great reverse layup. That is the San Diego basketball that Toreros want to run. The Gallagher really impressive on the defensive end.
Riley out to Gallagher. Gallagher down inside Moore. Moore posting up. Spin move, reverses, and just can't get it to go. Just rolled out. Riley fought for the ball, goes off of a Bulldog, and San Diego will have it under the basket.
Well, it's too bad that didn't go in. That's a highlight reel play right there. That's a great look to create your own shot. Really too bad that didn't fall.
We'll call it the inbound. Finds Rhodes in the low post. And missed fires as Betancourt pulls down the rebound. Betancourt will now slow things down and play in the front court. Foul's going to be on Dracia Moore away from the basketball, and Hybens will shoot two as Gonzaga's in the bonus.
Yeah, sixth team foul on San Diego right now with a 4-point lead, a minute left in the first quarter.
Already the second on Dracia Moore. Dracia Moore, as a freshman out of Hawthorne, California, has been a very physical presence for San Diego. Fights for a lot of those rebounds and has that physical play, but what comes that foul trouble that you run into as she's trying to transition here into Division I basketball. First free throw is good by Hybens.
So Moore 2 fouls in 4 minutes. Keep in mind, Riston is still sitting with the 2 fouls in the first 3 minutes of this first quarter.
Second free throw for Hybens rattles out. And with 1 minute and 7 seconds to go in the first quarter, it's a 3-point lead for the Toreros. McCall back to Gallagher, a flip to Rhodes. Rhodes penetrates on a dribble drive. Jump stops, gets a shot off, and it just misses. Foul is called on the floor.
That's a good one, Hybens.
Horsemeyer comes back into the game for San Diego. Cristobal Osabo will come in. Asarobo for Gonzaga for the first time today. Call running out of time, and that's 5 seconds. Gonzaga with some good defense down there.
Yeah, well defended, nobody open.
And now the Bulldogs trying to tie this contest on this possession. Layup is good by Ejim. Loose ball, Gallagher picks it up in front of the sideline, in front of the Gonzaga bench. 30 seconds to go in the quarter, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Gallagher in the corner, penetrates, and Craws the foul on the shot. 12-11 lead for USD, and Gallagher will go to the line.
These are the first points for Egypt in this contest. So Gonzaga has been battling from behind. San Diego has led for 7 of these first 9 minutes. Egypt scoring for the first time, leading scorer, rebounder in the conference, reigning player of the year on both ends of the floor in the WCC. But first points right there is a good sign for Gonzaga, as they're down only by 1.
Ejim with 2, as you mentioned, and Turner with none.
Right. Those are your 2 leading scorers for Gonzaga right now. Ejim averaging 20 a game. First in the conference. Turner, one of the best freshmen in the nation, averaging 14 a game.
Gallagher's first shot is good. Makes it 13-11. Second free throw, no good. Ejim with the board. And the shot clock is dead for the quarter. A steal by Lauren McCall. Thinks about a 3. It's going to be a deep 2. Count the bucket. It's going to be 15-11. Her foot was on the line, but a great steal and answer. Turner for 3, and that rattles out. Foul is called, going the other way with 0.3 seconds on the game clock.
Well, if San Diego wins this game today, obviously we're in the first quarter here, but it's a play like this is to find what San Diego wants to do, create the turnovers defensively. It's a heads-up play by McCall, who pulls up, confident shot after the steal, and drains it.
That's possibly the best case scenario for San Diego to the basket right there on the defensive end, getting fouled and getting sent to the line. Try to add to their lead before the end of the first quarter is Truett Riley, who is shooting over 90% from the free throw line this season. Misses the first. So she'll make the next 9 in a row. Averages play out.
Right.
15-11 lead for San Diego. Second free throw for Riley. Makes it. Be ready for 8 more coming your way. Inbounds pass for Gonzaga will end the first quarter. 16-11 lead for USD, as they have been able to draw things up the way they want. 1 quarter down, 3 to go. 16-11 in favor of the Toreros right here on ESPN+. 16-11 lead for San Diego as we get ready to start the second quarter of play. Look at the stats inside the game. You always want to talk about turnovers and rebounds, and for San Diego, it's been their shooting percentage so far this year is when it's been able to. When it's good, they're playing well. When it's not, they're obviously not. First quarter of play, drew it up just like they would like it.
35% to 30 for Gonzaga, so +5 shooting percentage points for San Diego, +2 in turnovers, 5 against 7. How about this? Doubling Gonzaga in rebounding, one of the best rebounding teams in the nation, 13 against 6, +7 for USD.
McCall with the layup. And Lauren McCall's having a good start to the afternoon. 18-11 lead for San Diego.
Again, bookend those plays here. The steal and score right before the end of the quarter. Immediate points in the second quarter.
She's got 8 already, 3 for 4 from the field. O'Connor finds Ejim. Ejim, dribble drive, left-handed layup, no good. Ball gets knocked around, great board by Little. Finds an outlet underneath. Again is O'Connor. That doesn't go. Last touch by Horsemeyer, and Gonzaga will have it underneath the basket.
Well, the shots aren't falling for Ejim right now, but boy, you can see the control that she plays with. The hesitation moves. 2 or 3 times now we have seen that already in this game. The quick hesitation gets the defender off guard, and then she opens up her own lane to the basket.
Ejim gets the inbounds pass and walks, trying to penetrate against Truett Riley. When talking about San Diego and everything that has gone right for them in the first quarter, if you're Gonzaga and you start looking at it, Ejim only has 2 points. Turner doesn't have any points. You know, some really relatively unsustainable results so far in the first quarter.
And great player-on-player defense. You mentioned it for Riley there against Ejim. Help from Eva Ruse as well. So a lot of players are being asked to do a lot individually defensively.
Runner for McCall doesn't go, and she fouls Claire O'Connor, who went up for the board. That's going to be McCall's second foul. It's been another kind of problem for the Toreros this season, is having some of their starters get into foul trouble early. McCall goes to the bench with 2. Tracia Moore already has 2. And so does Courtney Riston, who we have not seen since early on in the first quarter. Daniel with a one-on-one coverage for San Diego. It's worked out so far. Riley's doing a good job against Ejim. Ejim flips it over to Little. Little under pressure. Dribbles it back outside. Finds Turner. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Turner off the screen from Ejim. Gets cut off. Back outside a Little. Down inside to Ejim, and Ejim lays it in with the left hand.
What an amazing entry pass from Esther Little, the senior, the veteran on this team. Knowing the shot clock's winding down, perfect left-handed entry pass to get the bucket.
18-13 is the lead for San Diego. Miscommunication. Horsemeyer zigged, and unfortunately Ruse zagged, and it's a turnover. Little try to force it back outside to Dalton, and the back and forth miscommunication leads to a turnover for Gonzaga.
Very similar looks for both of these teams. Here's the entry pass. What a great play. I mean, it's like a quarterback going with a sidearm, like to try and get around an incoming defensive lineman. You're just so perfectly placed with that pass. The only player who can get it on that back shoulder is your teammate. It's fantastic.
Stolen by Little, and then up to Turner. Turner cut off by Rhodes. She's done a good job, and then again, a tough pass for Gonzaga is going to lead to a backcourt violation. A lot of that started with the defense by Rhodes.
Yep. San Diego's individual player-to-player defense has been wonderful today, and they have thrown multiple players at Gonzaga's leaders in terms of output. They've rotated through, and everybody's done their job.
5-point lead for San Diego, 7:43 to go before halftime. Malia Tharp now comes into the game for the first time, as Haley Rhodes is at the point. Rhodes cuts to the right as Horsemeyer cuts back left. They find Rhodes on the right side arc. Truett Riley working against a stingy Little that's interface. Horsemeyer from 18 feet out, too far. Malia went in there hard for a rebound. And it's going to be Gonzaga basketball. Last touch by Tharp. Good hustle play there. Just couldn't corral it. And now San Diego bringing some pressure. With Rhodes picking up Turner at the opposite free throw line. Ejim again, one-on-one. And a block by Truett Riley. A lot of individual one-on-one games here in this game.
Leah Tharp was coming over to help her, but you're right, Truett Riley going one-on-one with the leading rebounder and scorer of the WCC. San Diego has done such a great job, individual defensive effort.
Turner running out of time, finds Ejim on the inbounds pass. Ejim driving left side, gets the help from Tharp, it knocks it away, it's stolen by Rhodes. Rhodes tried to force it to Horsemeyer, gets tipped, but then she's able to recover. Top of the key now, Tharp. San Diego slows it down. Rhodes zigs to the left, finds Horsemeyer as an outlet. Tharp, quick pass back to Horsemeyer. 10 seconds to shoot. Dribble drive, left side. She picks up her dribble. 18 feet out. Tharp outside to Rhodes. 5 seconds to shoot. Off the screen. Rhodes needs to put up a shot and just gets it off the front end of the iron, but no good. Gonzaga in transition. Ejim. This time she's fouled.
And she created that foul with her look. Again, it's that hesitation, fakes one way, goes the other. Great control up top Really impressive control out of the veteran in Egypt. And she creates the contact by forcing her defender to adapt.
The ball security in the lane.
Really wonderful.
Top notch. Egypt gets herself to the line. First free throw attempts of the afternoon. Makes the first. Makes it 18-14 in favor of San Diego.
She's now passed 1,900 career points at Gonzaga. Really impressive. And she is going after the all-time mark. We'll see what the rest of the season holds.
Great hustle play by Gonzaga, and Truett Riley returns the favor and is able to get the possession back after she got it stolen. And then Turner fouls Truett Riley, and San Diego has an 18-14 lead with 6:17 to go here in the second quarter. We're going to take a quick break. Toreros lead at 18-14 right here on ESPN+. Out of the Gonzaga timeout, it's 18-14 in favor of San Diego. Has had a lead early in this contest and have not looked back so far. For 11 minutes and 37 seconds, as they have done a lot of things right. Going through their game plan, using defense to offense, shooting a lot better from the field, and creating fast break opportunities. 9 fast break points for San Diego compared to 1 for Gonzaga.
San Diego still out shooting the Bulldogs, 33% to 25. Rebounds have come back even, and that's a big deal for Gonzaga because they were being doubled up on the boards. Coming out of the first break, that's now an even category, though Gonzaga has 4 more turnovers.
Great play underneath the basket. Cutting to it was Kylie Horsemeyer. And she had one of her easiest layups she'll have in a game, making it 20-14. Kylie's now got 4. Trying to force a pass. Had some extra zip on it. Was Betancourt too hot to handle for Egypt. And another turnover for the Bulldogs. That's their 12th of the contest.
And another turnover on the baseline, too. So, you're, in a game where your leading scorer is a post player predominantly, you are, by not having those entry passes, we highlighted the great one from Esther Little earlier. But if you're turning the ball over that many times on the baseline, you're not setting up a successful offense.
Trap defense here on the press. Tharp brings it across the line. Ball gets knocked away by Gonzaga. And some stingy defense in the front court. 5:25 to go before halftime. Gonzaga, as mentioned with the turnovers, 4 turnovers in the last 3 minutes as Kylie Horsemeyer hits it from the free throw line. 22-14. Kylie's got 6.
Difficult shot for Kylie Horsemeyer. Well done.
Day and age of basketball is Tharp with a steal. Tharp trying to go coast to coast. Defense to offense. 24-14. San Diego with a 10-point lead. About to mention this day and age of basketball where you got dunks, layups, and 3 points. The mid-range has gone a little bit silent, but Kylie Horsemeyer keeping that dream alive. A lot of great mid-range shots out of Kylie. 6-0 run for the Toreros. Coming off of 5 turnovers for Gonzaga in the last 3 minutes of gameplay. 2 seconds on the shot clock. 1 with the floater, no good. San Diego wanted a shot clock violation. They're going to let Gonzaga play on. I think she just got it off in time. Leah Moore with some tight defense. Wide open 3, good. And that's a big answer for Gonzaga as Taylor Dalton hits it from the right corner. 4 minutes to go before halftime. It's a 7-point lead for San Diego.
Breaks the run for the Two Arrows. San Diego had their largest lead at that point at 10 points. So a big time 3 in the corner. Great pass off penetration and kick. And to get the 3-point, it's a huge bucket for Gonzaga. Still, San Diego using the defense to create these kind of turnovers and points. 13 points off of turnovers for USD. In the game, they lead by 7.
Betancourt gets hit with the foul, her first. Both teams have 2 here in the second quarter. It's screened by Tharp, leads to a Ranson runner. And a little bit too strong, and Truett Riley touches it last as it goes over the baseline, and Gonzaga will take over. San Diego, the man defense has been very frustrating for Gonzaga this afternoon. O'Connor in the lane and draws the foul. Kind of a Euro step there. Be the third foul of the quarter. And Ranson's first. We'll send Gallagher or O'Connor to the line.
13 turnovers in this game for Gonzaga. Obviously, the Bulldogs only shooting 28%, but the 13 turnovers, really an issue in this first half for the Bulldogs. A lot of that created by the San Diego defense.
Connor's first free throw is no good. 13 turnovers leading to 13 points for the Toreros. Toreros also dominating the points in the paint category, 14-4, which goes again to those turnovers that you see over the baseline on the offensive end that we've talked about. 3:30 to go before halftime. Pressure again from the Zags as it's 24-18. Cross-court pass now into the corner. Amore, quick ball movement, but poked away by Gonzaga and stolen by Dolan. Dolan finds Little, back out to Betancourt. Hybins top of the key. Cutting back to Hybins was O'Connor, but she finds an outlet in Dolan instead. Into the lane, Hybins, 18-foot jump shot off the right side of the rim. And will be out of play. Last touch by Gonzaga. San Diego has given the Bulldogs fits today on defense. Great ball movement leading to Riley in the lane. And that's no good down in the low post.
Still a decent shot. They're creating your own look.
Good rebound by Hybins, leads the transition bucket by Dolan. And it's now a 4-point game. And Gonzaga on a 6-0 run.
Just right after the Toreros made a 10-point lead, largest of the game. It's a 6-0 burst for Gonzaga.
Amore finds Ranson. Ten seconds on the shot clock. Ranson trying to force it down to Horsemeyer, and the length of Dolan is able to knock it away. And it'll be a turnover for San Diego. A look at the fast break for Gonzaga.
And the Toreros got back there. That's just credit to the Bulldogs for being able to burst down the floor, get ahead of your opponent, perfectly placed pass, which was three-quarters court, able to get the bucket in the 6-0 run.
Turner walks it up, 2 minutes to go before halftime. Left corner, now back out to the left side wing. Turner trying to find an open space, finds Ejim. Ejim working against Riley, draws contact, count the basket. Yvonne Ejim will go to the free throw line to try to make it a 1-point contest as she is able to draw the foul on Riley.
Gonzaga, having seen what San Diego's doing defensively here, played the two-player game, a great give and go back and forth between the two leading scorers for the Bulldogs. You have to respect both of them. You have to stay with both. San Diego tried to switch. Ejim took advantage and got to the basket as they're trying to recover defensively. It's a great look to spread your opponent out and then get to the hoop.
Ejim makes it, gets her 8th point of the contest, and now it's a 1-point game as Gonzaga's on a 9-0 run.
It's a great adjustment from the Bulldogs. Really impressive.
More pressure for Gonzaga. Gallagher finds Rhodes, back to Gallagher. Gallagher thought about a three. Finds Carr underneath the basket, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Carr gets it stripped. Ejim with the steal. Turner in transition. Quick ball movement over the near side corner now is Little. Cutting back left, Turner swings it to the far side in Dalton. Dalton gets smothered by Gallagher. Finds Dolan, who lays it in. Count it. And Dolan will go to the line as Gonzaga takes their first lead since the early minutes of this game.
It's been a real impressive run for Gonzaga. They led at the 2-minute mark of this contest, and then San Diego took over for the next 17 plus. And the Bulldogs are back in front here just before halftime. An 11-0 run and possibly a dozen in a row at the free throw line now.
San Diego now has up to 10 turnovers. They have a 3-spot advantage on that as the free throw is no good. Rebounded by Ruse. Under a minute to go before halftime. A 12-0 run for Gonzaga, and Ejim almost went house call as she jumped that pass.
Gonzaga has made the adjustments here late in this first half.
Gallagher into the corner now, Horsemeyer. Top of the key, quick ball move it to the near side. Rhodes for three, too long. Rebound, Ruse. Ruse trying to go back up, and a great defensive play for Taylor Dalton getting in there and getting her hands on the possession. Alternating possession favors the Bulldogs.
Great defensive look when your opponent goes down with the basketball off a rebound that close to the basket. Diving in there, creating the jump ball, and winning possession for your side.
Ejim in the lane, and Ejim starting to warm up a little bit. She's got double figures now in the first half after being held scoreless for a long period of time. A 13-0 run for the Zags gives them a 3-point lead. 10 seconds to go before half. A steal. Here's for Gonzaga again. In transition, goes off of the foot of Gallagher. Corralled by Ejim. Passes it back in. Got to get a shot off. Turner won't get it off in time. And she makes a 3-point basket for fun. Bulldogs have a 27-24 lead over the Toreros, finishing the first half on a 13-0 run. A lot of it coming out of Yvonne Ejim with 10 points in the first half. Bulldogs 27, Toreros 24. Be back with halftime stats and highlights in just a little bit right here on ESPN+. Halftime here in America's finest city, where the Gonzaga Bulldogs have a 27-24 lead over the San Diego Toreros. Alongside Jack Cronin, I'm Braden Surprenant. San Diego came out guns blazing in the first quarter, but it was Gonzaga finishing the first half on a 13-0 run to give themselves a 3-point lead. Had not led too much today, but you know what? They lead it at half.
17 minutes, the Toreros led this contest, dominated every category from turnovers to shooting percentage, even rebounding for USD. It was a 17-minute domination for the Toreros, but the Bulldogs with a 13-0 run finish off the first half and now lead in every category. Rebounding's even, but Gonzaga's ahead 39-37% shooting. Turnovers, just a 1 turnover advantage for San Diego. Earlier on, that was 3-4-5 for the Toreros. Gonzaga tightened things up at the end of the half, and of course, getting 10 points from Yvonne Ejim when she was held scoreless for a good portion of that first quarter, heading toward the second. For her to finish with 10 in the first half is huge for the Bulldogs, lead nearly every category now.
Everything we talked about that went right for San Diego in the first quarter that could lead to them having that lead, and they led by as many as 10 points, you know, deep into the second quarter, right? 5 minutes to go in the second quarter, they had a 10-point lead, which has now turned into a 3-point deficit. And a lot of it was the shooting percentage was better, the turnover margin was better, the points off turnovers was better, and now you start looking at all the individual stats, as you mentioned, even in rebounds. Turnovers are a 1-point advantage now for San Diego instead of the 5 it was earlier. Shooting percentages all go in favor of Gonzaga. You look at points in the paint, San Diego was dominating that 14-4, and Gonzaga has gone on a 9-0 run in the paint on top of all their other runs that they have had. So that 13-0 run really evaporated everything that San Diego had put together here early on in the first half. And another one, of course, was the individual performance by Ejim. Keeping Ejim and Turner at bay with 2 points between the two has now turned into 10 points for Ejim right before halftime.
Yeah, I mean, really, first 15 minutes, this game was one contest. And the last 5 minutes of the half was a completely different one. That's when Gonzaga went on the 13-0 run. Toreros led 24-14, and the half ends 24 in favor of the Bulldogs. A 13-0 burst at the end there for Gonzaga.
Going back to Thursday night, same thing. San Diego had a lead on Washington State, and then it was a 15-2 run in the final 2 minutes and first couple of minutes of the second half, which also led to, through 3 quarters, after San Diego jumped out to a 6-0 lead, Washington State went on a 42-17 run to give them that ultimate lead. So for San Diego, see what they got to start off the second half, but got to be able to flip the script as we get you ready for second half action. A lot of highlights to be talked about in the first half. We'll have them for you when we come back as the Bulldogs lead it 27-24 over USD right here on ESPN+. 27-24 lead for Gonzaga here at halftime. San Diego led for at least 17 minutes in this game, but it was the Bulldogs on a 13-0 run to finish the first half that gives them the 3-point lead, and a lot of great highlights during that 13-0 run. San
Diego led at 24-14 with 5 minutes left to play in the first half, but Gonzaga turned things on. McKinley Dallin with an easy look from the free throw line. She had a couple of those attempts, and then it turned over to Yvonne Ejim, who was held scoreless for a good portion of the first quarter into the second, and then had 10 points to finish the half. How about this entry pass from Esther Little? One of the great highlight plays of that first period for Gonzaga. The Bulldogs came back firing. That was a huge three. After San Diego, that was the first made bucket after the Toreros took that 10-0 lead. And again, Dallin, great first half. Big points before Ejim takes over again.
Yeah, Ejim was the big reason why Gonzaga was on that run. San Diego had kept her at bay with only 2 points after the first quarter. And then in the second quarter, it was a lot of Yvonne Ejim. And there was only a matter of time before you knew she was going to be able to go on a little bit of a roll. Mentioned the Toreros did lead for 17 minutes. They did have a lot of great highlights, too, as we take a look at what was working so well early on for San Diego.
Lauren McCall shooting the three-pointer for San Diego. She got another one of these off a steal. Was ruled a 2 late in that first half. The Toreros using the defense to create offense on the fast break. Ava Ranson able to cut inside. She had 4 points in the first half, 8 for McCall in that first period for San Diego. USD creating turnovers, out-rebounding Gonzaga. All that in the first 15 minutes of this game. This is one of the best plays for San Diego. This McCall 2-pointer winds up her left foot, is on the line. That's a 2, but still a great play. But San Diego leading by 10 points with 5 minutes to play in that first half before Gonzaga goes on that big run.
The big front run for Gonzaga has given them a 3-point lead. We'll see what San Diego's got in the first couple of minutes of the second half. Try to flip it and try to break that 13-0 run for Gonzaga. We'll be back with second half action in just a little bit. Bulldogs 27, Toreros 24 on ESPN+. 27-24 lead for the Bulldogs here at halftime. They're on a 13-0 run to finish the first half. For San Diego, a little bit of what it was like on Thursday with Washington State. It was those in-between really minutes, but ending of the first half and beginning of the second half that really did them in. Here's a chance to flip the script if you're San Diego and start the second half off right.
I mean, obviously, everything went well for USD. It's there for the Toreros. 15 minutes this game, and lead by 10. You force turnovers, you out-rebound your opponent, you shoot well. Just that a very good Gonzaga team that won 32 games last year came back and went on a 13-0 run. Both teams right in this one here. Should be a nice second half.
So everything that happened in that 13-0 run, we'll put in the past and be ready for second half action. For San Diego, it's been Lauren McCall with 8 points that leads the way, but a lot of the problems for San Diego too has been some foul trouble Truett Riley's got 2, Tharp's got 2, Riston's got 2, McCall's got 2, and Dracia Moore has got 2. And it's been a rotating group for San Diego in those final couple minutes. There was a lot of bench pieces out on the court for San Diego in the final minutes of the first half.
And Courtney Riston only played 3 minutes in the first half. Lauren McCall was limited to 7 minutes on the floor in the first period. 4 minutes for Dracia Moore. And Leah Tharp with 6 minutes as well. So, yeah, San Diego was playing a little bit behind when it came to fouls, though Cindy Fisher has saved it, and now they can really put that full effort in front for the second period.
And we're ready for second half action. As Gonzaga has a 3-point lead over San Diego. Alongside Jack Cronin, I'm Braden Soprenet. Thanks again for tuning in to the broadcast this afternoon. Game 2, West Coast Conference play for both parties. San Diego will have one more game in West Coast Conference play in 2024 as they will travel to St. Mary's on Monday, December 30th. Where everybody is in action in the West Coast Conference, both men's and women's basketball. And a quick turnaround for a lot of those programs as January 2nd is the next game for most. So a couple of games in a week to start the new year. San Diego with possession to start the second half, down 3. Truett Riley, 10 seconds on the shot clock in between the circles at the right elbow, spins, lowers her shoulder, tries to put up a shot, and can't get it to go. Hybens with the rebound for the Bulldogs. Gonzaga's been making stops. San Diego's been turning over the rock. And the Bulldogs been answering. Here's a 3, and that's short, but it's going to be a foul against McCall. And so O'Connor is going to shoot 3 free throws on Gonzaga's opening possession of the second half. And now Lauren McCall has 3 fouls.
So McCall, who's been the leading scorer today for San Diego, picks up the third, less than a minute in. First of the 3 free throws is no good, but a foul on a 3-point shot gives the sophomore the 3 opportunities at the line.
Gallagher's second free throw is no good. So worst case scenario for San Diego on this possession is turning into not as bad of a scenario.
Still slightly worried about the foul, but not too bad.
Makes the third one, so at the line, O'Connor makes 1 of 3 and gives Gonzaga a 4-point lead. Good press break. Ranson makes a move inside, finds an outlet in Horsemeyer, a deep 2. That pinball's out. Riston gets the board and dribbles it back outside. Horsemeyer slows things down for the Toreros. Riley, top of the key. Back over to Horsemeyer, right side arc. Horsemeyer penetrates right side, kicks it out. Riston for 3. Bang! That's a big 3-pointer for Courtney Riston. Makes it a 1-point contest. That's a good answer here to start the second half.
First points in 6 minutes for the Toreros that ends what was a 14-0 run for Gonzaga with that big 3-pointer.
28-27 lead for Gonzaga. O'Connor gets it knocked away. Riley tips it to Horsemeyer, and San Diego with another defensive stop. Kylie in front of her bench. Over to the right side corner now for McCall. 8:13 to go in the third quarter. McCall off the screen from Riley. Outside the left elbow. Jump shot too strong. And Turner pulls it down for Gonzaga. Up to O'Connor in transition. She slows it down on the far side arc. Over to Ejim on the top of the key. Turner, right side corner. Ball movement down to Hybens. And outside the block, can't get it to go. Ejim was there. And then Ejim gets hit by O'Connor, her own teammate, and the ball rolls over the baseline.
Yeah, that basketball was actually kind of in a dangerous spot. Winding up underneath there.
Looks like Ejim lost the contact.
Yeah.
She's trying to put it back in.
I thought the ball may have gone off the head of 2 different Gonzaga players. It was a dangerous look inside. Well battled by the Bulldogs.
And it's going to be San Diego basketball. I thought so too. There was only really 2 Bulldogs over there. It was O'Connor and Ejim. And it will be Torero basketball. More press by Gonzaga, and San Diego's did a good job breaking it. Ranson almost throws it away. McCall's there. Flip to Horsemeyer underneath the basket. San Diego takes the lead back, 29-28. Kylie Horsemeyer with 8 points. Hybins posting up against Riston. Riston knocks it free. Riley with a steal. Here comes Lauren McCall. Down to Horsemeyer. They got knocked away by Little, but Horsemeyer is able to keep it for San Diego as Little's momentum went over the baseline. Ranson back over to Riley. Ranson off the screen, finds Riley, left elbow, off right. Hybins gets the rebound for the Bulldogs. 7 minutes to go in the third. Little, Hybins, couple of pump fakes, feeds it down to Ejim. Ejim draws the contact and gets the bucket. She'll be shooting an and one. Ranson gets hit with the foul, her second, and Gonzaga retakes the lead 30-29.
Ejim being involved has been the difference on this huge run for Gonzaga. How about that press break, though, from the Toreros? Up and down the floor. It's a new facet of their game. Obviously, if you're a coach watching it, you love to see that. If you work on that all the time, you know what team likes to press. There's going to press you coming out of certain situations. Boy, it's going to make you feel good from the bench to see your team execute like that. Well done.
Ejim makes the free throw. It's now 31-29, a 2-point lead for the Zags. Floater for Ranson. Gets the teardrop to fall. 31 all. And a steal by Courtney Riston. It's a 3-on-2. Riston outside of McCall. Gonzaga swarms. They leave Horsemeyer open. Block extended, no good. Riston follows the shot and will go to the line. Foul is on Ejim.
Well, Courtney Riston only played 3 minutes in the first half, and yet she has had the biggest shot of this third quarter for San Diego. She's created a couple of rebounds and extended possessions, and now she goes to the free throw line to try and put the Toreros back ahead. A welcome back for Courtney Riston in the second half.
First free throw is good. San Diego's really been missing Courtney Riston. Well, time missed with the two early fouls, as Jack mentioned, makes both her free throws. And now making up for lost time. 2-point lead for San Diego, 33-31, bringing the pressure. Betancourt does a good job knifing her way through. Into the right side corner now. Penetrating and then losing the ball in front of Hybins, try to force feed it. And instead it'll be a Gonzaga turnover.
This has been an issue for Gonzaga in this contest. Those entry passes beneath the basket along the baseline. Still, though, can't take away from Ines Betancourt, the UConn transfer, who was all over the court. Great control, but then the pass too strong underneath. Still a great effort.
McCall from three. No good. Ejim with the board. Up to Little. Little picks up her dribble. Finds Dalton, top of the key, out to Betancourt. Dalton, Hybins. Hybins trying to get Betancourt to cut. Ejim fakes right, goes left, draws the foul.
Again, great control from Ejim. Forcing the contact, knowing you've got your defender on a back heel. Great ball control and creating the opportunities that didn't exist in that first quarter for much of it for Gonzaga. But Ejim has kind of forced the tempo a little bit, forced the control a little bit of the game underneath, and it's why she's in double figures with 13 points already.
Tracia Moore comes back into the game for San Diego. Inbounds past the Hybins, and then try to force it into the corner to Turner, the inbounder, and that was a little bit too hot of a pass as it goes into the Gonzaga bench. Another turnover for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, 18 turnovers for Gonzaga, only 12 for San Diego. Remember, at halftime, that was a much more even stat. The Toreros have been better in the third quarter at forcing those turnovers against the Bulldogs.
McCall back out to Riston, 18-foot jump shot, and that just rattles out. Getting the rebound is Dalton. Dalton bringing up the floor, now slowing it down in front of her bench. Finds Ejim, swing it over to the near side, Turner. Back out to Hybins. Under 5 minutes to go in the third. Turner. Ejim, 18-foot, wide open. Can't get it to go, and a foul is called.
Now, if this is on Wriston, that's going to be 3. Let's see who it is on. Yeah, it's going to be on Wriston. So that's 3 now on Wriston for San Diego, 3 on McCall for USD. No player for Gonzaga has 3 fouls.
Riley also has 3.
Oh, that's 4. So that's 4 now on Wriston.
So the 2 quick fouls in the first quarter, and now 2 quick fouls within seconds of each other here in the third. And some foul trouble for the Toreros with a 2-point lead here in the third quarter on ESPN+. San Diego with a 2-point lead over Gonzaga, 33-31. Coming out of that last media timeout, Courtney Wriston gets hit with 2 fouls back-to-back. But it looks like they might have changed one.
Ah, okay.
Because Dracia Moore looks like she has a foul.
Yes, so there will only be 3 fouls on Wriston. She's actually staying on the floor. So now it's 3 on Moore, McCall, Wriston, and Riley for San Diego. 4 Torero players with 3 fouls, but none with 4.
It's a big reason to keep Wriston into the game.
Yeah.
As they evaluated that during the break. Ejim misses both free throws, and Wriston pulls down the rebound. Ranson with a head of steam. Cut off. Finds Horsemeyer in the corner. Kylie dribbles it out. Cindy Fisher calling out the offensive play. Wriston over the near side, McCall. Posting up down low is Ruse. McCall cuts back right. Flips it to Horsemeyer. 10-foot jump shot's good. Kylie Horsemeyer with 10 points. Extends that Torero lead to 4. It's 35-31.
Great way to break the zone. Gonzaga in a zone look there. Right in the middle of that defense was Horsemeyer.
Wriston blocks Turner. Horsemeyer underneath the basket. Kicks it back out to Wriston. Block extended, no good. And a rebound by Highbins.
Got caught in between using the glass and going for the pure jumper from the baseline. The angle, the geometry didn't quite work out there. Still a good open look.
Foul away from the basketball. It's got to be on Ruse. That's her first.
This is the zone break for San Diego. Horsemeyer, Braden's brought up the mid-range ability that she has, and that was a great use against the extended zone look for Gonzaga.
Ejim back at the free throw line, makes the first of 2.
So that's 10 of 19 now at the free throw line for Gonzaga. 10 of 19, 53%.
Second free throw also good. San Diego not much better at 63%.
By the way, you know, that first half, San Diego led for the first 15 minutes. There were no lead changes, no ties, and all of a sudden Gonzaga went on that 14-0 run to bookend halftime. Now we've gotten 5 different lead changes back and forth. It's been a fun third quarter.
35-33 is the lead for San Diego. For 3 is Horsemeyer. That's a little bit too far. Rebound goes to Dalton as she brings it across the court in a quick manner. Turner for 3. Bang. Wasn't going to be long before she hit one. Gonzaga retakes the lead, 36-35.
First points of the day for Turner, who's been the best three-point shooting freshman in the nation, just hit her first.
McCall, the step-back 3. That one's short. Horsemeyer follows the rebound. 3 minutes to go in the third. McCall working against Turner left side. Picks up her dribble, finds Riley. Riley with a pump fake and penetrates right. And it's going to be a foul against Dolan. Her third.
Just the look from Turner. Again, San Diego, see in the first half, San Diego had a player out there immediately upon her. There was just too much room.
Rhodes off the inbound comes up short. Naden, who just came into the game, was able to corral it for Gonzaga. Up to Turner. Naden, top of the key now. Ejim finding Little on the right side arc. Turner loses it, and it goes right into Ejim's hands. And so a strip by San Diego ends up leading to be a good pass, and it's 38-35. Riley hacked. She'll go to the line.
Yeah, that's just unlucky. I mean, it's a great defensive play. Egypt, right place, right time. Obviously, great players are in the right place more often than not. But this is just a play where you strip the basketball away, and all of a sudden, the leading scorer for Gonzaga comes up with it with a clear lane to the hoop.
And now a 7-0 run for the Bulldogs. Riley at the free throw line. San Diego's best. Makes the first. Makes it 38-36. Riley's second, also good. It's a one-point game in favor of Gonzaga. 2:27 to go in the third. Turner breaks it with Ejim up and along. And over to Hybens. Ejim cuts the basket and is left wide open underneath the net. 40-37. Ejim's got 17 points. Make that 19.
She averages 20 a game, which is number 20 in the nation in terms of total scoring. But they are just a perfect movement without the basketball to put yourself in a position to score.
18-footer no good for McCall. Loose in front of the basket and picked up by Esther Little. Little almost throws it away. Ejim's there. Turner flips it down inside to Hybens. Hybens in a low post. Jump shot good. 42-37. Timeout San Diego. Gonzaga making 4 of their last 4 field goal attempts to add to a 42-37 lead. 1:38 to go in the third quarter right here on ESPN+. 42-37 lead for the Bulldogs. 1:38 to go in the third. San Diego led for the majority of the first half. Gonzaga on a 13-0 run to finish the first half to go to halftime with a lead, and now we have had multiple lead changes in the third quarter, and a fun third quarter it's been. Or McCall off the screen from Riston. McCall pulls from 3 off the front end of the iron. And Ejim corrals it in the corner. Quick move by McCall to steal. McCall, layup, no good. Riston finds it off the bounce. Ranson drives hard, can't get it to go, and now she is fouled and will go to the free throw line.
Well, obviously great to have Courtney Riston still in there for USD, battling, getting the rebound, continuing that play. And San Diego just stuck with it, finally drawing contact. Big on the offensive glass. And then getting to the free throw line.
Extra hustle plays for San Diego. Ranson at the line, attempting her first free throws of the contest, and makes the first. Makes it 42-38. Second one is also good.
San Diego 9 of 12 at the free throw line.
Gonzaga's attempted 20 free throws. They've only made 11 of them.
Yeah, 55%.
Three-point lead for Gonzaga. Betancourt, short, follows her shot and maintains the possession for the Bulldogs. O'Connor over to Hybens, working on Riley. Hybens down low in the post, flips up a shot, and it rolls in. 44-39.
It's 2 good looks in a row from Maud Hybens, the 6th woman of the year in the WCC a season ago. 2 great shots here to help Gonzaga push this lead.
15 seconds for the end of the third quarter. Rhodes with a good move, a little bit too strong on the shot, follows it, puts up another one, and that goes off the back of the iron, and a foul is called on the floor against Gonzaga.
And again, that's Riston who's in there for the rebound, creating the contact, and it means free throws for San Diego. 2 shots coming with just 6 seconds left in the quarter.
Riston back to the free throw line. It's been a big key for San Diego in this contest. That's what wins you games late. in the game and late in the season, and Wriston misses the first.
Yes, 6 lead changes in this contest. All of that coming in the second half. So the Toreros, who dominated the first 15 minutes, are now in a back-and-forth battle with Gonzaga.
The second free throw is good. 44-40. Turnover for the Zags. 1.7 seconds left at the end of the third.
20th turnover for Gonzaga in the first 3 quarters.
Inbounds pass goes to Ranson off of her body. Can't get a shot off, and that'll do it for the third quarter. It's a 4-point lead for the Bulldogs as they outscored San Diego 17-16 in the third quarter. One more quarter to go. It's been a fun contest between the Bulldogs and the Toreros here on ESPN+. .44-40 is the lead for Gonzaga here in the fourth quarter of play. It's been a back-and-forth contest after a wild first half that saw San Diego lead for 17 minutes of the first half. Gonzaga finished the first half on a 13-0 run, and then they had a 17-16 third quarter in favor of Gonzaga to give them the 44-40 lead to start the fourth. Ejim under the basket makes another one. She's got 21.
And another great pass from Hybens underneath.
Makes it a 6-point lead for the Bulldogs. Ranson, McCall. Call a couple crossover steps. Yes. Some words with Kylie Horsemeyer right there.
Well defended by Gonzaga, 2 up top.
It'll be a turnover for the Toreros. Hybens again inside, working against Riley, puts up a shot at short. Wriston and Riley and Hybens all on it, and it's going to be an alternating possession in favor of San Diego.
Well, how about Hybens here the last few basketball minutes for Gonzaga coming on strong.
Yeah, the Rhodes back into the game. Wriston looked like she was ready for that pass. Able to stick with it. Up to Rhodes, right side arc in front of the Torero bench. Zigs her way back left. 18-foot jump shot is good for Truett Riley. Touched every part of that rim and fell in. 46-42, Ranson with a steal. It's a 3-on-2. Ranson, Riley, jump shot, count it. 2-point game. Defense to offense for the Toreros, 46-44.
And there's that San Diego burst. Signature San Diego plays. Riley, 2 great baskets in the mid-range.
Turner dribbles it out. Off the screen from Ejim. Turner posting up. Puts up a shot just low. Ejim is there to finish it up. Leads back to 4 for Gonzaga.
Ejim is just in the right place at the right time. She knows where she's setting up. So when you have upperclassmen, veteran players, she knows where she's setting up. She knows her court awareness and control are so impressive.
48-44. Rhodes underneath the basket. Goes up strong and can't get the bucket to fall, but will go to the line. Good open look there. Great feed. And Rhodes will go to the free throw line. Taking a look at the fast break play. Great shot by Riley. Mid-range has been part of the factor today.
And San Diego's been able to hit and stayed in it. So Ejim's going to get a break now with 23 points and 5 rebounds. Getting a break for Gonzaga.
Too strong for Rhodes. Haley's second free throw rolls in. 3-point contest. San Diego with moderate pressure, but not full court. Yes, Rose has done a good job in smothering Turner for the majority of this game. Little. Corner now, Turner. Turner takes some contact from Rhodes, working back. Again, great coverage. High bins, cross-court pass, O'Connor. O'Connor just outside the block, and Riley tips away the pass that she tried to feed to High bins in front of the Gonzaga bench. 7 seconds on the shot clock.
Still only a 3-point game here.
Find the inbounds pass, 6 to shoot, and a steal for San Diego. It's Wriston up to Ranson. Horsemeyer all alone. Feed was a little bit too far. Tried to force it behind her back to Rhodes, and a costly turnover for San Diego. Missed opportunity. Ibins. Turner. Foul. Away from the ball. It's going to be on Ranson.
Yeah, bad break for the Toreros there. It was only their second turnover of the half so far here with 7 minutes to play, but still, when you have great defense like that and when your team is built on those kind of opportunities, tough break for San Diego. It's still only their second turnover of the half.
Find an inbound on the far side to O'Connor. Turner down to Little. Back out to Turner for 3. Yes. That's the player San Diego doesn't want to get warmed up. It's Allie Turner. Her second 3 of the contest. She now's got 6 points. It's 51-45.
And both of them here in the second half.
Ranson deep 2. Too strong. And Hybins controls it for Gonzaga.
San Diego had been playing so well against Turner in that first half, not leaving her. That time they tried to switch mid-pass as she was left open.
Hybins, quick flip behind the back and finds Esther Little. Good pass underneath the baskets, 53-45. Gonzaga 3 for 3 on their last 3 attempts, and now a steal for the Bulldogs. It's a 3-on-2, dribbling it out and slowing it down is Dalton. Under 6 to go. Hybins from the left elbow is good. And now Gonzaga has a 10-point lead with 5:54 to go in the fourth quarter, and Cindy Fisher calls a timeout. Ten-point lead for Gonzaga on a 7-0 run in the last minute of play. So we've seen this a lot this afternoon. A bucket from Little. Part of that 7-0 run. Gonzaga 4 for 4 from the field in their last 4 attempts. San Diego has not hit a field goal in the last 3 minutes, and here's another steal for Gonzaga. It's a 3-on-2. It's Ejim. Ejim in the lane and can't get it to go. Riley with a good board. Couldn't get that to go out of the timeout. Horsemeyer is able to save that pass from almost disaster. And Gonzaga with their largest lead of the night and the biggest opportunity for them of the night. Rhodes with a nice move, and she gets it to go. A little jump stop, little Euro step, makes it 55-47.
An important step over move to get to, but breaks the run at 7-0. Now both teams have led by as many as 10 points in this one. Gonzaga still well in front.
Ejim will go to the line. Foul's going to be on Riley, her 4th.
It's very tough to defend when your opponent has such great control and can get you to just even slightly get up in the air and create that contact. Ejim is so impressive.
Riley's got 4 fouls. McCall, Wriston, Ranson, and Moore all have 3. Ejim makes the free throw. Makes it 56-47. Second free throw, also good. Ejim with 25 points tonight. And a turnover. So a 10-point lead for Gonzaga, and San Diego gives it right back under 5 minutes to go in the fourth. Ejim, right side, gets her pocket picked, and a kick ball. Ejim actually kicks it back to herself.
Again, there's that great control. That should have been stolen twice. That does go back the other way. It's a turnover, but still.
Lauren McCall at the free throw line, picks up her dribble, finds Horsemeyer. Horsemeyer drives baseline, puts up a shot, count the bucket. Kylie Horsemeyer, the great move. Gives her 12 points on the night. Is going to try to make it 13 with a free throw.
Boy, not much room to work with here for Horsemeyer. Against taller defenders, able to get the bucket with the foul.
Makes it. And a three-point play for Kylie gives her 13 points, leads the Toreros. And it's now a 7-point game. Ejim to Dalton. Dalton, quick pass from downtown, and Turner comes up short. Ejim's there with the rebound and the foul. Trying to make it back to a 10-point game, 59-50.
Been so impressive on the glass. Not only is she the leading scorer in the conference, the leading rebounder as well.
So fouls on Riley, that's her 5th. She's done for the game. Ruse comes in for San Diego. 27 points for Ejim, who was quiet in the first quarter and has really poured it on the rest of the contest. Big board there for Esther Little. Back to Ejim, gets the foul again. Oh, it's offensive. Ejim's got to get hit with the foul. And that is her 4th personal foul.
Still, basically no points in the first quarter, 27 in the next 2.5 quarters.
Ejim had 2 in the first, 8 in the second, 10 at half, obviously, and 9 in the third quarter. Cross-court pass to McCall. Wriston, Horsemeyer from 3, off the mark. Rebound goes to the Bulldogs, and Horsemeyer fouls.
And San Diego did not have numbers. There were players that had fallen back behind the run of play. So USD was outnumbered on the attack.
Ava Ranson back into the game. Jaden Rhodes checks in. Their sister Haley. 3:49 to go. It's a 9-point lead for Gonzaga. Turner left alone for a deep 2. Off the mark. Rebound goes to Haley Rhodes. Haley brings it across with a head of steam. Picks up in front of the bench. Continuing to dribble. Outside to Ranson. Ranson pulls a 3. That's off the mark too. A little bit too far. McCall dribbles it outside the perimeter. 9 seconds on the shot clock as Ranson's shot did not hit the rim. 5 seconds to shoot. Ranson penetrates, drives, can't get it to go. Just rolls off the rim, and a rebound to Hybens. 3 minutes left in the game. A 9-point lead for the Bulldogs. Turner out of bounds. Ran out of real estate in front of the baseline. That is the 25th turnover for Gonzaga this afternoon.
Yeah, San Diego's defense has forced the Bulldogs into 25 turnovers, hanging in there rebounding-wise, and has committed 8 fewer turnovers themselves. USD hanging right in.
Long pass over to the near side of the court. Ranson top of the key. McCall catch shoot 3, and that does not go. Another rebound for Gonzaga. 36 total rebounds for the Bulldogs. Hybens, and that's stolen by Ranson. It's a 4-on-1. Rhodes gets it to go. 59-52. Haley Rhodes with 7 points. It's had a great game that might not show on the stat sheet, but 7 and 4 on it. Played some great defense today. Tipped around, stolen by McCall. 3-on-2. McCall pulls up into the corner. Rhodes thought about it, feed to Wriston, and Wriston's getting fouled as she tried to catch the pass from Haley. That was going to be on number 10, Taylor Dalton.
They're going to look at it. If it is on Dalton,
it's her first.
It's her first. But let's see. They're going to the monitor real quick here to determine. With 1:41 to go.
Well, if they're looking at whether or not it was a shooting foul or not, I think it was. I thought it was before the pass got there. It's actually going to be on Little.
Yeah, okay. And it will be out of bounds, not shooting.
Correct.
Okay.
Foul was on preventing Wriston to get the pass.
14 fouls each side.
McCall underneath the basket. Finds Ranson. Ball gets tipped, posting up against Turner. Puts up a shot. Rattles in. It's a 5-point game. 90 seconds to go. San Diego's made stops all day. Need a couple right here. Hybins in the low post. Hybins against Wriston. Kicks it outside. All alone is O'Connor. Can't get it to go. Ball was tipped by Little and corralled by McCall on a steal. McCall for 3 off the mark left. Wriston gets the board for San Diego. Then gets it taken away. But it's last touched by O'Connor. And San Diego will have the basketball.
Okay, Torero's hustling down the stretch here. Powering it in, keeping it close, not going away in the final minute of this game.
Horstmeyer checks back into the game for San Diego. There's 13 points. Ranson with that last bucket has double figures now. She has 10. Horstmeyer catch, shoots just off the rim. Good hustle play by Wriston, but it's Ejim that pulls it down for the Bulldogs. 1 minute to go and a 5-point game. San Diego playing defense here. Turner picks up her dribble, finds Hybins in the high-low entry. Ejim tips it to herself and will go to the line. Looks like Rhodes got a piece of her.
San Diego had double coverage on her. You're fronting and then help defense, and still Ejim was so good. Patient, waiting for the entry pass, tipping it to herself, and drawing the contact. After 2 points in the first quarter, she's got 27 and a chance for 2 more.
McCall comes in for Haley Rhodes. Ejim with 27 points today. First free throw, good. Makes it a 6-point game. Here's the shot to try to make it a 3-possession game. Good. So 61-54, and San Diego's going to call a timeout.
29 points for Iman Ejim. 29 and 7 in this game. Not to be overlooked, Hybins has 11, 7, and 4 assists in this game for Gonzaga. But 29 for Ejim. 27 of those 29 points came in the last 3 quarters.
Yeah, first quarter only 2 points. Finished the first half with 10, and the second half has been huge for Ejim. She has 19 points in the second half.
Crazy.
And so when you're talking about San Diego, right, had to slow things down, it's been Turner and Ejim who came in as the leading scorers on the Bulldogs. Kept Turner scoreless in the first half and kept Ejim at 10 in the first half. But in the second half, 25 points combined between Turner and Ejim.
Pretty good formula for success for Gonzaga.
Gonzaga has scored 34 points in the second half. 25 of them have come from Ejim and Turner. Alia Tharp misses the shot. Bulldogs get the rebound and immediately call timeout.
So the timeout will move things for Gonzaga with the 61-54 advantage.
San Diego came out to a great start in this game, obviously, with the shooting percentages. Now it's Gonzaga's almost made half of their shots from the field. 47% to 32% for San Diego. Made a couple of threes early and then have not made one since. 2 for 15 on the afternoon. So they're 1 for 9 this half from the three-point line.
Yeah, Riston's 3-0 in this half. The one from McCall was called a 2-point shot. Moving a third one there, but yeah, it's the shooting has dropped off after that great start for San Diego. Led by 10 points, 15 minutes into the game.
So Gonzaga advances the ball in the timeout, and Turner is fouled. 39 seconds.
So that's the 5th foul of the quarter for San Diego.
Gonzaga will finish the game in the bonus. Turner's first shot, good. Makes it 62-54.
Speaking of three-pointers, a couple of big ones for Turner in the second half.
And Turner makes them both, and it makes it 63-54. As Taylor Dalton will come into the game. San Diego will take the timeout, advance the ball to half courts. Still a thing in women's college basketball.
Love it, yeah.
So San Diego will not be able to do that anymore. They're now out of timeouts. Gonzaga has 2 more left. With 39 ticks here. San Diego again had a couple of issues in the kind of final minutes of the first half. Has been a big problem for them. They had as big of a 10-point lead with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Gonzaga goes on a 13-0 run to take the lead by 3 going into the third, and then a pretty tight third quarter, 17-16 in favor of the Bulldogs to give them a lead going into the fourth, and then it's been the Bulldogs on another big run here in the fourth quarter to give them a 63-54 lead.
USD got out to the early 10-0 lead, led for the first 17 minutes of this contest. The 10-point lead came with 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Gonzaga went in the 13-0 run that Brad mentioned, added to the first point of the second half as well. And then the Trails battled back. They took a big advantage in that third quarter. But again, Gonzaga was able to weather that and come out here on top.
Out of the timeout, San Diego has the ball. Gonzaga does have the possession with 39 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. A 63-54 lead for the Bulldogs. McCall under some serious duress, has to get the ball in, finds Rhodes underneath the basket, can't get it to go. Ejim corrals it, immediately calls a timeout. And so Gonzaga will now advance the ball to midcourt.
63-54, so Gonzaga, by the way, that's Ejim again in there defensively. She's not only the reigning player of the year, but she's also the reigning defensive player of the year in the WCC. And with 29 and 8 in this contest. It's also had a block shot there late. Did a pretty good job these last 3 quarters. An explosion for 27 points, 29 total.
Well, game 2 of West Coast Conference play for both teams as they try to get their first conference win. Tough slate out of this go for USD with Washington State and Gonzaga back-to-back. They will play St. Mary's on December 30th in their next contest as Ejim gets fouled. As for the Bulldogs, they will host Oregon State on December 28th next Saturday, and then they will play Pepperdine 2 days later on the 30th before playing at Portland on January 2nd, and then against Santa Clara on January 4th. A lot of games in a row for the Bulldogs. Ejim's first free throw rolls out. It's the last home contest for San Diego for a couple of weeks before they welcome Pacific on January 4th. Second free throw also not good for Ejim, and Courtney Riston pulls it down. 3 for Ranson off rights. Rebound goes to Gonzaga. Hybins is there. Ranson fouls. As the Bulldogs have a 9-point lead. And 24 seconds left.
Yeah, it's a stretch of games there over that period. Gonzaga's playing 4 games in 8 days. San Diego 3 and 6. And it's on the men's side too. The USD men, who we're going to see later on tonight at 6 o'clock, are also playing that 4-game and 8-day stretch right after Christmas and through the New Year's holiday.
Second free throw rattles out. Rebound goes to Riston. A lot of West Coast Conference games early. Tight span. Ranson coast to coast lays it in. Ranson's got 12 points tonight. 63-56, 15 seconds left in the game, and San Diego will foul. And a look at Ranson, 12-point performance today with a rebound, 3 assists. San Diego got a lot of players in foul trouble today, though.
Yeah.
Missing some time. Ranson with 4 fouls. Riley fouled out with 5. First free throw for O'Connor's good. Call had 3. Riston's got 3. Horsemeyer 3. Moore 3. O'Connor's second free throw also good. He has 5 points. We'll be back to 9. Ranson with 9 seconds on the clock. Riston puts up a 3. Banks it in. And San Diego fouls again.
Oh, 2 3-pointers in the second half for Riston. Remember, she only played 3 minutes in the first half because of foul trouble.
9 points. Naden comes in for Gonzaga, as well as Osorobo. As O'Connor will go to the line with 4 seconds left on the clock. It's a 65-59 lead for the Bulldogs.
And Ejim exits with 29 and 8 in this game. What a great performance.
And most of that coming in 3 quarters.
Yep. Such great control for the veteran player.
Connor misses the second. Riston pulls down the rebound. And with 2 seconds left, Ranson won't get another shot off. And that'll do it for the contest as Gonzaga wins it 66-59. A couple of big runs for the Bulldogs. Gets them the victory today. Actually led the game for less time than San Diego did. And we're able to win 66-59. With the win, Gonzaga improves to 1-1 in West Coast Conference play. With the loss, San Diego now drops 2-0-2. Back in action for the Toreros will be on December 30th at St. Mary's. Will be a 2 o'clock tip-off for playing at Pepperdine. They'll return here to the Jenny Craig Pavilion on January 4th against Pacific, a 2 o'clock start on a Saturday for the Toreros. So for Jack Cronin, I'm Braden Soprenet signing off signing off from San Diego, where the final score today are the Bulldogs winning it 66-59. All games airing on the ESPN Network, so streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.